COVID cases have exploded through the 1,000 barrier in New South Wales. The lockdowns have been extended, but there's no lockdowns for defamation lawyers or gas frackers. If you want to poison the water tables or sue people, Australia is open for business. Lifters and leaners. It was a magnificent term coined at the very beginning of this government back in 2013, 2014. Lifters and leaners. Well, we found some exceptional leaners this week in Parliament. These are gas companies, many of them backed by multinational interests, billionaires and the like, who have been given cash, your cash, our cash, public money to drill for gas in the Beetaloo Basin in the Northern Territory. Now, how could this possibly have happened? How could they give our money to private companies to do this? Isn't the market meant to be about private companies funding their own exploration, funding their own risk? Why do we have to give them money? We have to give them money because the Liberal and the Labor parties have joined together. Oh, let's not forget the farmers' best friends, the Nationals. They joined together to knock an amendment on the head in Parliament brought by the Greens and supported by both parties on the right, the centre and the left, which would stop this money, these public subsidies, going to gas fracking companies. The politics of this is interesting because there is now a very unlikely alliance, the coalition of the unlikely, if you like, and that is Pauline Hanson's One Nation. They don't like this. And we have the Greens, of course, on the left at the other end of the spectrum, and we have the centre, Jackie Lambie and Rex Patrick, all together on this one issue, that public money should not subsidise corporations engaging in any practices, let alone fracking and destroying farmland and water tables. Well, why did they do it? Money, because the gas lobby are among the largest donors in Australia to the major political parties. To put it simply, they've been bribed, they've been bought off by the gas lobby. There is a supreme irony in this because one of these gas companies called Tamboran Resources, a speculative gas player, is backed by a US hedge fund billionaire, a guy who made his money in shale oil exploration. They're threatening to sue us for defamation because we've hurt their feelings. We've said something nasty about them, they claim. How paradoxical would it be if they actually did proceed to take a small business in Australia to court whose taxes were subsidising the court action? That is the way it is going. That is the irony of Australia's draconian defamation laws and its pro-fossil fuel policies. We're also subsidising the advertising of these companies. You will have noticed, if you follow the football, the rugby union, that Santos sponsors both the Queensland Reds and the New South Wales Waratahs. It's out there spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on footy sponsorships, but doesn't pay any tax or pays virtually no tax. And this goes to a theme that we subsidise these exploration companies with special like cash handouts, depreciation allowances, things that aren't available to other corporations or companies. We subsidise them to get their drilling going. And once they start making money hand over fist, Origin and Santos do pay a little bit. Exxon, $50-60 billion over the past 6 years in revenue from drilling oil and gas from Australia's seabeds, zero paid in tax. These guys are the ultimate leaners, yet the politicians are lifting them up by giving them our money and all sorts of cosy allowances and tax breaks. And the media is so much to blame for all this. The Liberal Party aligned media, the front page banner headline story in the Australian today, in Rupert Murdoch's Australian, was a call for subsidies for coal mines. It was a call, basically, to prop up Australia's carbon emissions, to bankroll dying industries. The backdrop, of course, is that Australia is helping to bankroll a whole slew of new fossil fuel projects when the IPCC and the UN and a multitude of other serious international organisations as saying we should not be bankrolling new fossil fuel projects. See, the point here is that it's not economic. There is a gas glut. And what's going to happen when they start losing money? We will be underpinning them. They will be going to the government crying jobs, jobs, jobs and wanting to be bailed out. These guys are the ultimate corporate welfare bludgers. And against that is the backdrop of the rest of the world looking at Australia as a pariah on the international stage, dragging the chain on climate change. Like this video if you'd like to see money taken out of politics, because it is only with these political bribes that these sort of deals happen. It is a simple matter of politicians being bought off.